Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to everyone gathering here with us this morning in the sanctuary and everyone who's joining us online. It is good to be together. And because it is a special and sacred Sunday to us, our opening will be a little more formal than some of our others. It is love that calls us together today. We stand once more before the altar of humanity, ready to step into a new chapter of our shared journey. Let us find courage. Let us open our hearts to the transformative power of justice, and let us invest in hope. For tomorrow's story is not yet written, and we, the people of this moment, still have work to do and compassion to sow. May each of us be inspired to do nothing less than our part. This we do in honor of those who have gone before us and as a gift to all who belong to tomorrow. Amen, Ashe. We begin this morning in love.
I'd like to invite the Spainhour family to come help us with our chalice lighting. Thank you so much. So our chalice lighting today is from Esther Hurlburt. It is not easy to find love at the center. There is not a set of easy instructions numbered 1 through 7 or maybe 8. It is not always easy to find love at the center. Today, in covenant, We celebrate our living tradition, which invites us to take deep breaths of fresh air into the newness of every day. So our minds, our hearts, and our spirits will be continuously nourished. It is not always easy to find love at the center. So for today, we gather in covenant to celebrate the reality that love is the core of our beings, and that love will guide us if we open ourselves to the challenges which love requires of us. May we accept this challenge with dignity and grace. May it be so. Thank you. Yes, thank you. And now please rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 1017, Building a New Way.
All right, I'm gonna need some help. Who wants to come over here and kind of sit around so you can see? Come on, face this way, y'all. I want to ask you a question. Okay, so who knows what special Sunday this is and why you are out of school tomorrow? Who knows? Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And who is this? Martin Luther King Jr. Most of you have seen him before, right? Have you seen a picture of this guy before? Have you heard his name before, right? Yes?
Did you know that so his dad was named after Martin Luther, and he was named after Martin Luther King?
That's right. His dad was named after Martin Luther, and he was named after his father, Martin Luther King. That's why he's a junior. Good job. So most people know him, right? And you probably also know that a bunch of grown-ups walked a lot during the civil rights movement. Have you seen pictures of what are called marches, which a whole bunch of people were marching, trying to get what are called civil rights? Because once upon a time, it was true that in this country, black people and white people in particular were not allowed to do things together, like go to school or eat in the same room. Doesn't that sound crazy Does that sound super crazy? But it was true. And so he was working for that. But maybe what you don't know is that kids actually made one of the biggest differences. We had some really brave kids in Birmingham, Alabama. And have you, who here anywhere has heard of the Children's Crusade? Anyone? A few. It's not as well known, which makes me feel pretty bad. But after Dr. King, this guy, they put him in jail because he was trying to help black people and white people be able to do things together. And after he got out, he was going to try to keep fighting for freedom for all people. And he went down to Birmingham, where there was this man named Bull Connor. Can everybody say boo when I say Bull Connor? Bull Connor, boo. Because Bill Connor had a lot of power, and he did not want black people to get the freedoms that white people enjoyed. So he was doing a lot of really terrible things. And when Martin Luther King went to Birmingham, he was like, okay, we gotta fight for our rights. But children were the one who were volunteering, like teenagers and younger kids. And they thought, oh, wait a minute, we can't do this with kids. But then one person down there said, well, wait a minute. Kids go to segregated schools. Kids can't eat in the same restaurant. Why can't they help with this, with getting free? And so Martin Luther King did not feel great about it, but he was like, okay. And you know what happened? The kids stayed home from school, and they marched, and they got arrested almost immediately. Over 1,000 kids were put in jail. And all that happened the next day was more kids and some of their parents came out. And then you know what happened? Something a little bit scary happened. Hold on just one second, okay? And something a little, will you feel okay if I show you a picture of what the scary thing that happened for the kids? All right, everybody. If you don't, you could close your eyes. You don't have to look, but we're gonna look at some of the pictures of the kids. They sprayed them with water hoses, and they made scary dogs bark and try to bite them. It was super scary, but these kids were brave. They came back the third day too. And some of the kids were in jail for 3 days. They were all like, see how you are right now? They were that close together because there wasn't enough space for them in jail. But all those kids just kept fighting for it, and soon it made a huge difference because this was on TV, and people everywhere saw it, and it made them say, wait a minute, this is really wrong. We got to do something. And then the adults also got more brave as a result when they saw the kids being brave. So isn't that really, I think it's important to know that no matter what age you are, you can be brave and you can try to make the world a better place. And sometimes it's scary and dangerous, but sometimes you have what you need because people love you and support you, and maybe your parents will help you out if you're being brave, right? So we're going to be talking a little bit more about this, but right now what's going to happen is we're going to sing to you while you go to your faith formation classes. If you're new today or you haven't been here very often, I'm going to invite your grown-ups to go with you so they can see where you're headed and know where to pick you up. But we're going to sing. Thank you for doing this with me this morning. I would invite you now just to take a moment to find your own center for a time of prayer and meditation. The prayer this morning is slightly adapted from a prayer called Open Unto Me, written by the inimitable Reverend Howard Thurman. Open unto me light for my darkness. Open unto me courage for my fear. Open unto me hope for my despair. Open unto me peace for my turmoil. Open unto me joy for my sorrow. Open unto me strength for my weakness. Open unto me wisdom for my confusion. Open unto me forgiveness for my errors. Open unto me tenderness for my toughness. Open unto me love for my hates. Open unto me thyself for myself. Holy Spirit, open unto me. And now join me in just a brief moment of silence into which we can lift the individual prayers of our hearts. Amen. Amen. And now this is the time when we have one of our great joys. We are going to have our new member ceremony. And so we want to invite our new members to come on down and line up across the front here. And Trevor's going to join us because he is helping out with this ceremony. So take a moment. We're looking forward to welcoming all of those of you who have joined since our last new member ceremony. Come on down. We're going to let Amy and Anna be on the end, so come around if you're standing to the other side of Amy and Anna, come on around. Terrific. Look at that. We're going to wrap the room with new members. Isn't it amazing? Joining a religious community is a significant undertaking. It is an act of faith and courage, of hope and optimism. It is a giving of the heart and hands into a community of people, counting on them to do their best in living up to the principles and covenants and values which bind us together. Today we honor you as you join the others who have made this step before you. Together, a new community is created. Together, it is our work to build the world of our highest vision, a world of peace, freedom, respect for all life, and a commitment to the light of liberal religion in a hurting world. May we be worthy of one another in this great work. It's currently off.
I am so grateful to all of the new members that are here today. It is such a joy to have you here. We welcome you to today to join us in celebration and work of the community. We ask that you share your talents, your ideas, your thoughtful concerns with us honestly and compassionately as we promise to include and invite you into relationships that affirm our mission, to grow together in love, to deepen spiritually, and to serve the world through commitment to justice within our free faith. And now we're going to go down the row and welcome, hand out flowers and gifts to all of the new members.
They say their name into the
Right
microphone.
after they say their name into the microphone.
But just your name, okay? I'm going to hand it to you.
My name's Amy Rye. My name's Anna Pacelli.
My name is Terry Richardson, but I go by TR.
I'm Greg Richter.
I'm Karen Bigham.
Debbie McEldowney.
Barbara Shue.
Sandra Goodson.
Amanda Sam Miller.
Maggie Scarborough.
Bruce Allen.
Nancy Franklin.
And I'm Tim Franklin.
Miriam Scott.
Chris Scott.
Michelle Corello.
Chuck Malloy.
Jody Malloy.
Morgan Gilbert.
Taylor Coddington.
Maggie Monkey.
Nikki Davenport.
I'm TK.
So now we're going to be handing out the gifts. And now is the time when our new members have something to share first with us. Do you all have your form? And read together from the new member vow. Freely. At this time, I invite the members of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Asheville to rise as they are willing and able to do so and to share with you a statement of welcome and affirmation shared on the printed sheet or on the screen. This morning, we covenant with you to make a place for you in our circle of friendship and trust. We affirm that the life of our community is strengthened when new hearts and minds are embraced and included, as you and your gifts will be embraced and included. We promise to walk beside you, lend you comfort and encouragement on your spiritual journey, and to work together in love and for justice. We welcome you into fellowship at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Asheville. Celebration! All right, y'all can take your seats. Thank you. And make sure at coffee hour to look for folks with a flower and say, welcome, welcome, welcome.
all we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. And so just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
There we go. We are fortunate to have our choir singing today, and also Will Jernigan is joining us to keep us in line. We're going to sing United in Purpose. We sang it back in November, and I thought it would be perfect for today's service. The music is by Rollo Dilworth, and the text is by Maya Angelou, and I'm going to read it to you. It's a very powerful text. The onus is upon us all to work to improve the human condition. Perform good deeds, for that is truly the way to battle the forces of entropy that are at work in this world. The composite of all our efforts can have an effect. Good done anywhere is good done everywhere. When we unite in purpose, we are greater than the sum of our parts.
All to work to improve the human condition.
At moments of significance, such as on days of observance like MLK Sunday, or before a new administration such as the one we now face, it is our time as Unitarian Universalists, a people not of creed, but of covenant, to reflect on the state of our union. How is it with Unitarian Universalism? Where do we go from here? How are we going to lead or to follow? What good works will we be about? At times like this, I feel like it's my job as a preacher to try to talk about where we are and who we are as a people of faith in a turbulent time, because we should not be confused. These are pivotal times. There come windows in history when we are tested, when the power of our faith and our most essential values are set upon, and these days shall take the measure of every single one of us. We may measure up, we may fall short, and either way, that accounting is going to come at some cost. Let me just pause here for a second. I know we've got some exciting, friendly noise, but it might be a moment. It's okay, yeah. Just take a pause. We love seeing the life of our community. American democracy and its dreams, such as the dream that Dr. King had, are actually critically on the line at this point. They always are, but I think we feel especially so right now. And what is going to save us and keep us moving forward will be for us, as people of faith, the quality and capacity of Unitarian Universalism in the days ahead. And it's how it is expressed through the courage and the wisdom of people like you and people like me and us all together. So let's talk about love. It's been said that Unitarian and Universalists are the love people. We used to say that we side with love, but now we say that love is at the center of everything that we do. I feel pretty certain that there's no more familiar or very generally comforting concept than love. But the question has to be, what do we mean when we say love? When I speak of love, I am not speaking of some sentimental and weak response. I am speaking of that force which all of the great religions have seen as the supreme unifying principle of life. Love is the most durable power in the world, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King proclaimed years ago. Love, as I and many religious progressives understand it, is dangerous. We advocate for love that surprises, disrupts, and alters the status quo, that expresses itself in diverse ways, that comes in rainbow colors. Those who want to preserve the existing social and economic order invest in prohibiting such love, is how the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker, former president of Starr King School for the Ministry, one of our Unitarian Universalist seminaries, the way she put it. I believe that we are wasting our time and even putting lives and our future at grave risk if we think that getting together and talking about a very comforting, warm, and embracing love is what the world needs. That's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about a tidal force of love, a love that rips us out of our comfort zone, a love that can crush and destroy anything that stands against it, a love that can carry us above the powers and principalities of this world and wash us up on the shore of a new country if we can but ride those waves, if we can harness its power. Love is what can help us traverse the long, difficult terrain between where we are right now today and the promised land beyond the mountaintop that Dr. King spoke of in his last speech. That promised land that he was talking about, that includes economic justice for the poor. It includes freedom of faith and of the right for everyone to vote. It includes building a world of peace nonviolently, and it includes seeing each and every single person as whole and holy, equal in the sight of God and equal in one another's sight. So let's agree that the love that we're talking about isn't sweet. It isn't the love that I may have for you personally. It is the creative, transformative power of life itself, which demands everything and is yet itself the source of everything we might long for. It's the source of justice. It is the source of peace. It is compassion, belonging. This description of love is a reflection on the question of love's power. One thing that progressives, religious or otherwise, are often accused of, and I think there's some factual basis for this, is an unwillingness to fully embrace power. And this is probably mostly because we're rightly leery of the models of power that we may have seen or experienced. I mean, hierarchical power and power over almost always creates harm and dysfunction. And we progressives, however we name ourselves, religious progressives, feel in our guts that the transforming power of love works differently, but we're hesitant. We don't know fully how to enter into it, take it in our hands, work with it. So too often we stand meekly aside and let it wash past us. We demur from engaging with what is, after all, the greatest power in the universe. We are too timid. But we're learning, I hope. It was decades ago when Dr. King said, "The hope of the world is still in dedicated minorities. The trailblazers in human, academic, and religious freedom have always been in the minority. It will take a small, committed minority to work unrelentingly to win. The deep rumble of discontent that we hear today is the thunder of disinherited masses rising from dungeons of oppression to the bright hills of freedom. All over the world, like a fever, freedom movement is spreading. The great masses of people are determined to end the exploitation of their races and lands. We are awake and moving toward a goal like a tidal wave. You can hear them rumbling in every village, street, on the docks, in the houses, among the students, in the churches, and at political meetings." So will our Unitarian Universalist faith take hold of a love-centered power and be instrumental in building a better world? Or will we be tumbled and washed away in the undertow? Will we as a people make progress beyond the mountaintop? It is a question now of our courage, our willingness to respond to rapid change by embracing not a sentimental form of love, but a power-filled one. It is a question of our willingness to be vulnerable yet strong. Our love is capable of learning as we go, of empowering new leaders, the young, the marginalized, the disabled, the queer and trans. We're not afraid to leverage our power to amplify the voices of women, or for voting rights, or living wage, or union activism. Swept up and held by the power of a world-transforming love, we understand that there are things that must be destroyed before we can build a better world. What I am saying, friends, is that we must not be timid. We may sometimes be afraid, but now is the time to be powerful. We are not acting alone. God's very self is, if it is anything at all, the creative, overwhelming, renewing, and transformational power of love. I mean, and what on earth are we here for if not to be a part of that? I mean, I think none of us doubt that we are swept up in a tidal pool of history, that we live our lives in the turbulence of dangerous days. So we cling to the rocks of our lives. We naturally long for something that will hold steady in a raging stream. I mean, what could be more understandable than that? The good news of our faith is that it is grounded in the ability to remain sturdy and steady, even as it adapts to new information and a changing worldview. Among us, the words of the Reverend Lewis B. Fisher, Dean of the Universalist Seminary at St. Lawrence. These words are famous. He said, "Universalists are often asked where they stand. The only true answer is, anyone? We do not stand, we move." We understand these words as religiously metaphorical, not a literal address to bodies. We are a faith tradition which moves. Unbound to a rigid creed, we live and have power as covenantal communities, and our covenants can respond to the changing conditions of our lives and our understandings. We see our faith in dynamic motion as we embrace the new values articulated in that long Article 2 work, JETPIG, right? Justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity, JETPIG. But the Reverend Sue Phillips suggests a different covenant metaphor for what carries us through and binds us together, one that she drew from the poet William Stafford, because in the end it always comes back to the poets, doesn't it? Stafford wrote, "The way it is. There's a thread that you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread, but it is hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, people get hurt or die, you suffer and get old. Nothing you can do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread." So there's a thread that we follow. We have to explain about the thread. It is our stories of love and the filaments of our attachments to each other. It is the basis for our covenants, and it is the knowledge that we're not alone, but we're part of this community of faith and part of communities of faith that stand ready at every moment to change the world in the direction of our ideals. Love is the power that changes us, but don't worry. There is a thread that we can follow. You don't ever let go of the thread, and that's how we can be brave. So we need boldness and radical compassion. We need to become powerful and love-filled. May we face our moment with courage. May we be not afraid as love changes us. Love fiercely, my friends. Follow the thread, and may it lead us ever on. Amen.
We will be lifting our voices to sing hymn number 149, Lift Every Voice and Sing. But there's some important introductory information that we thought you ought to have. Lift Every Voice and Sing is often referred to as the Black National Anthem. Lift Every Voice and Sing was a hymn written as a poem by NAACP leader James Weldon Johnson in 1900. His brother, John Rosamond Johnson, composed the music for the lyrics. A choir of 500 school children at the segregated Stanton School, where James Weldon Johnson was principal, first performed the song in public in Jacksonville, Florida, to celebrate President Abraham Lincoln's birthday. At the turn of the 20th century, Johnson's lyrics eloquently captured the solemn yet hopeful appeal for the liberty of Black Americans. Set against the religious invocation of God and the promise of freedom, the song was later adopted by NAACP and prominently used as a rallying cry during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s. It can continue to inspire us to action today.
Let's lift every voice.
And now we move on to the work of the congregation, and we extend our hospitality to visitors. We welcome you to tell us who you are and where you come from, and we'll have a person come around with a mic. Do we have any visitors who'd like to introduce themselves today? Thank you.
Just 1 second, microphone.
We want to hear you.
No worries. Hi, my name is Jade Young. I'm from High Point, North Carolina. I am visiting Monica Gross right now because I am interning with the Poise Project, and I'm really excited to be here.
Welcome.
I'm Crystal Watley-Kigoni. I'm here to see my daughter. I'm from Asheville, used to be a member of this church a long, long time ago, more than 20 years ago, and it's lovely to be here again.
Hi, I'm Maria Mansfield Richardson. I'm here to support my husband, Terry, T.R. Richardson. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and I came up to Asheville almost 3 months ago, so.
Welcome.
We have with us today Abdul and Rebel Ali. Rebel is Abdul's brand new wife, and he is a friend from who we got to host a number of years ago when he first came to the States for a semester, and he's now a graduate student in infectious disease at the University of Georgia, working on a doctorate. We'll say more if that enough.
That's enough. We are originally from Pakistan. My name is Abdul and Rabil, and we're very thankful that we're here. Thank you very much, Jim. We appreciate it.
Hi, everybody. My name is River. This is my first time here, and I grew up in a Baptist church and had a lot of trauma there, and just feel so inspired seeing everybody's open hearts. And I brought my daughter, and she's downstairs, and I love that you have that. And this is just so wonderful. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you all.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Sarah. My daughter Sally, she's downstairs, and I grew up here as a teenager. We were in Alaska I was there for almost 20 years, and we moved back 2.5 years ago.
Welcome.
Hi, good morning. I should say buongiorno. I'm Fiorella Bologno. This is Melissa, and we're here to support Freddie and Jenny. I am Freddie's stepmom. I hate the word step. Melissa is Jenny's mom, so thank you so much for the welcoming.
Welcome.
Hi, I can project, but okay. Hi, I'm Sarah, also from Alaska. So bizarre. Hi. Yeah, we actually moved here in March, but we just started coming to church here a couple weekends ago. So we're super happy to be here, and hopefully no more ice, so we can come regularly. Although we know what ice is, and y'all shut down way too soon.
Welcome.
My real name is Sarah, but I go by Sally. And I'm here to visit my sister Jill, who's a member here. I live in Colorado.
Welcome.
More?
Hi, everyone. My name's Claire. I'm originally a Buckeye from Columbus, Ohio, but I did to go to UGA as well. And Susan inspired me to come today. I'm definitely coming next week for the auction, so look out, guys.
Welcome. Thank you so much, everybody. We're delighted to see you, and we'd also like you to say hello to Trevor. Trevor? Trevor. Everybody, let's wave. Trevor, thank you so much. Trevor is our connections coordinator, and he's full of valuable information, and please see him after if you have any questions. There will also be pancakes in Sandberg Hall, so in between munching pancakes, maybe you can talk to Trevor, and apparently we have an announcement here about pancakes.
Well, it was kind of my job to announce the pancakes, but we're going to have pancakes in Sandberg Hall.
Tell us more. Okay. If you come down and eat the pancakes, you're going to be supporting the high schoolers. We're raising money to go to Baltimore, so that would be just amazing if you guys did that for us.
The recommended price is $10 to $15 for adults and $5 to $10 for children.
Thank you.
Yes.
We also have an announcement from the auction team. Our 2024 auction gala, which was delayed by Tropical Storm Helene, is next weekend. It is upon us. The online auction will be open on Tuesday, January 21st. The gala, including dinner, silent auction, and live auction, will be on Saturday, January 25th at the Jewish Community Center right down Charlotte Street. It's just a block away. The deadline for purchasing your tickets for the gala is today. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity. Come see our dynamic and flexible team at the auction table in Sandberg Hall, where there will be pancakes. Thank you. And as usual, our announcements run as slides at the beginning of the service. And if you miss them, refer to Thursday's e-news, as everything is described there. And it truly is. Everything is described there. It's all there. If you don't receive the e-news, ask an usher to show you how to sign up, or email us at information@uuasheville.org. Our community plate recipient this month is Hetland Scholarship. You can donate by check, but be sure to write community plate in the memo line. Our collection today will be split 50-50 with our community partner. The work and ministries of this congregation are entirely supported by the generosity of its members and friends. We celebrate your generosity every Sunday with music and thanks. You make us possible, and we give thanks for you. The offering will now be gratefully collected. For the gifts of your presence, time, wisdom, and resources, we are truly grateful.
I see freedom in the air over my head.
Are you about ready to call this to a close and head out to eat some pancakes? Anyone? Anyone? All right. Well, then I want to invite you now, if you'll just rise to the peak of your physical and spiritual stature. We're going to close with the words of Maya Angelou whenever I find them. That will be helpful to me. Yeah. And then we're going to sing together. But these words of Maya will take us forward. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift up your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Ta-da!